Sopitos, estilo Colima. Today I'm bringing a little piece of Colima, Mexico into my kitchen, my husband's hometown, and let's go ahead and prepare this dish. So I'll use about 3 pounds of ground beef, and then the rest you can freeze for another recipe. And this is plenty for about 4 to 6 people, and you'll have leftovers. So now to a pot, I'll add some water, and I don't want to add too much. This is below half of the pot because we're going to add the meat in here. So garlic, depending on the size, 3 to 4 garlic cloves. I always like to just poke it so that way it releases more flavor. Small piece of onion, some black peppercorn, 1 bay leaf, and then some salt, 1 teaspoon. Now I'll go ahead and start boiling that. And then here I'll start seasoning the meat. 1 teaspoon salt. You can add less. Just really depends. You can control the salt here. I always like to add more seasoning towards the end once I can taste all of the flavors. Garlic cloves, 3 to 4. We love garlic, so I'll add between 3 to 4 garlic cloves here. Mince it. And then we're just going to incorporate all of this into the meat. Take your time, 2 to 3 minutes just to, massage the meat. And once you combine all of the ingredients, what I like to do is just roll these into large size meatballs. And from here, I'll end up with 4. Now here I'll be using some tomatoes. This is heirloom tomatoes. And then a couple tomatillos so I can have a really good balance, sweet and a little acidic from the tomatillos. So now that the water has been boiling, it's time to add the meat. And then it's going to take a little while for the temperature to come back to a boiling point. So I'll go ahead and cover it. And once it comes to a boiling point, I'll reduce it to very low. And I'll cook this for about 30 to 35 minutes. Now it's time to make the sopitos, the sopes. So I purchased the masa and now I'm just going to prepare it. I bought it, it's in the refrigerator. I'll take it out. So now I need to make it like a Play-Doh consistency. So it's a little hard. And then all I'm using is just water with a little bit of salt to season it. And the rest, I bought this yesterday. The rest of the masa that I won't use, I'll put it in the freezer. So now add the water. Just go slowly. And you can also use maseca. Just follow the instructions on the maseca bag. And if you don't have any fresh masa. And just play with it like Play-Doh. And once you have a soft consistency, time to roll all the little balls just to have them ready as the meat is cooking. I'm just, getting this ready. Then I'll cover it so that way they don't dry out. I'll check on the meat. And then here, of course, you always want to taste for salt. Another teaspoon. And now my tomatoes are washed. Now I'm going to go ahead and add them back in here. And cook it for about 3 to 5 minutes. Now everything's cooked. I'll go ahead and remove the peel. You can leave the tomato peel if you like. I just like more of a smooth consistency on the sauce. I want to take out all of the garlic, the onion, the tomatillos, the tomatoes, and blend everything. Now, one thing that I didn't mention, that I didn't record, I'll remove some of the broth here. I don't want too much broth. And now that I blended all of the sauce, we're going to add it back into the pot. And now I'm going to let this all cook together for another 5 minutes. And now it's time for us to start making the sopes. On this one, I want to press lightly, and the balls that I made are small. I think almost like the size of a golf ball. Press it down gently. And now the skillet has been heating up. Lay the tortilla 30 seconds on one side. Flip it after another 30 seconds. And then you'll flip it again. This is like 30 seconds intervals. And then they'll start, puffing up. Look at how pretty. This one is done. We'll just set on the side. And then picaditas or sopecitos, basically what you want to do is you want to pinch the outside of it. I like to pinch them when they're still warm. Now the broth is already done, and now it's the last ingredient, oregano. So this is oregano that I pick up from my garden from the last season. It's dried and it smells just fantastic. Cumin, if you love cumin, add a little bit more. I personally just like a little hint of it, not so much. So I'll just add a little dash just to enhance the flavor. Again, we want to go ahead and taste. And then adjust the salt. For me, it needs a little bit more oregano. So I'll add more. And that's it. In the broth, we're going to serve it on top of the sope and on the side if you like. So now we're just going to make our sopecitos. We're just going to pinch the outer layer. This is so that way everything stays inside all of our toppings. Okay, so now it's time to make the sopes. I got my big meatball here, and then I used a mortar and pestle just to break it apart. That extra flavor, I used lard here from pork. So we'll deep fry them. And now we have our setup. We have the cheese, queso fresco, radish, cabbage. Fry them just a few seconds in here. Drain some of the oil out. And they're small, so about 4 to 5 per person. Add the meat. And now to our toppings, a little bit of cabbage, cheese, and then some of that broth just for extra flavor. You can serve broth on the side too with a little piece of lemon wedge. You can add some spicy salsa if you'd like. Radish for some crunch. And that's it. We have sopes estilo Colima. Remember to like, follow, and share for more of my home cook recipes. Enjoy!